Hello there. Thanks for taking the time to click on this video. And today I'm going to show you how the impossible cast really is possible with a particular casting technique. Now, if you look right over here to my left, there is a log, and this log has a lot of fish sitting underneath it. I mean, a ton of fish. But the only way to make a presentation, especially if you're fishing a nymph, is to get above the log. But how do you do that without running your line across the log and then trying to do some big impossible mend over the log that will wind up snagging the log? Well, there's a certain thing you can do called the reach cast, and it's really quite simple. So when you first cast, you want to aim well above the log, right? That's where you're shooting for. And then just as you're finishing with your casting stroke, you're going to turn the rod and point the line in the direction away from the log. So does that make sense? So you're gonna be casting, right? You're gonna be shooting over the log because you gotta be able to shoot above the log. The nymph's gotta come down and run through right there at the tip of the log. So as soon as you finish your casting stroke, I want you to turn your rod, right? So casting stroke and then move that way. So you're doing the casting stroke, and right at the final presentation, you're gonna move your tip to the angle and point the tip of your rod where you want that fly line to go. So what's cool about this casting technique is the fly line will follow the tip of your rod. So your indicator and nymph setup will fall way up top from the log, but yet your line on the finish cast will basically mend in the air and land beyond the tip of the log. But that is called the reach cast. And this cast really is something you want to have in your arsenal because it'll increase your chances of catching fish tenfold, because this particular cast where all these fish are right here, unless they're eating dries, almost impossible to make a drift. By the time that your setup hits the water, it's 3 or 4 feet downstream before the nymph gets into the eating zone where the fish are. So you have to cast above it and then do the reach cast around the tip of the log and have this nice drift right through that zone. So there is your fly fishing tip of the trip. And next time you're out there, do a little practicing. It'll take a little while, but it's not super intuitive, right? But right on that final cast, move the rod tip as you're bringing it down towards the tip of the water to whatever direction you want the fly line to land. And you'll be really surprised on what happens next. All right, and hey, if you're looking for a new fly rod, a custom fly rod, arguably better than anything that any manufacturer can make, check out this video right here if you're looking to add to your arsenal. All right, everybody, till the next time, fish on.